Hey guys, Sam from Manford's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners, and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So as you can see, we're in the car this morning. It is currently 7:30 in the morning and we are on the way to work. Yes, we are. It is a very cold, wintry morning this morning. I am actually filming this about a week before you're going to see it. So hopefully the weather warms up by the time you see this. But who knows? I've just had to de-ice the car. Yeah, so it's 7:30 in the morning, or just before 7:30. And it is currently -1 degrees Celsius, and I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but Google it if you wish. And it is very, very nippy. I have got my heated seats on. I have got the heating on in my car because I am not cold proof like my lovely Yanni family in places like Alaska. This is really chilly for Mantha, but I thought that even though it's icy and it's chilly and it's cold, you would be able to get to see my route to work, because normally, guys, it is tipping it down with rain and really misty and really foggy, especially when I get up to the moors, getting closer to the prison. So I thought I would take this bright but freezing cold day and give you the best opportunity of seeing some of the scenery. So how are you all doing? What are you all up to? Let me know in the comments. Is it still cold where you live? Is it starting to warm up? Did it ever get cold? Let me know. So I am taking it really slow and carefully, because if there is ice, I don't want to slide. But the roads aren't too bad at the moment. So we are just leaving my little village. And as you can see, there are some temporary roadworks. But yes, so I am filming this on Wednesday, the 6th of March. But like I said, you are seeing this about a week or so later. But I like to pre-plan my videos and schedule them out so that you regularly get content if my real life world gets incredibly busy. So I'm planning ahead, guys, and of course we will take this journey again in the middle of summer so you can see the difference between winter and summer. But it takes about half an hour for me to get to work, and I will be cutting the camera off before we get into the little village that the prison resides in, you know, because I don't want to give too much away about location and stuff. Not that most of my viewers will know where I am in the world, because most of my viewers are in the US or Canada. I do have a few lovelies in Australia. I do have a few lovelies in Sweden and Norway, but and I have UK watchers too, but predominantly my viewing audience is the States and Canada. So, but you know, security and everything with the type of job that I do, I will cut the camera off before we get into the village the prison is. So I have had a bit of a nightmare with work over the last few days. We had a big thunderstorm last week, and it completely knocked our internet access, and I need to be on the network to be able to do my job. So for a few days I was twiddling my thumbs and getting increasingly frustrated with the work piling up and not being able to do any of it because the computers were down. And thankfully that has now been rectified. So when I get in today, I should be able to start beavering away and getting some of the backlog cleared. But yes, it takes about half an hour to get to where I work. Excuse me. And like I said, it's a nice clear day for you to see some of the scenery. So yes, the days are starting to pull out and get longer, which is lovely. If I had done this maybe a month ago we would be driving in the dark right now, but as you can see we are not, which is fab. So much more pleasant driving in the daylight. So yes, enjoy the ride, folks. Now I know some of you get a little bit weirded out because you think I'm on the wrong side of the road, but trust me, I'm on the right side. Look at those vehicles coming towards me. I am definitely on the right side. I do not want to be on the other side. I will have a head on. So this is correct for the UK, but I know it can be a little bit what's the word I'm looking for, discombobulating for those of you that drive on the other side. But yes, it's looking like it's going to be a lovely morning. But of course, where my work is located, it's up high on the moorland. And it kind of has its own kind of eco-climate up there, or microclimate up there, guys, because it could be absolutely beautiful down here in these villages and towns, but it can be completely different up there. And up there, the weather is even more harsh because we're up high, we're exposed. We're quite high above sea level, so it is always freezing, nearly always misty and damp, and yeah, it's quite bleak. But you know, some would say that's perfect location for a prison, right? I mean, I wouldn't want to just turn left here and be at a prison, so you know, there are reasons. But yes, need to get a little bit of a wriggle on, otherwise I will be slightly late for work, but that's okay. They do know that I travel, so, and I always stay a little bit later at the end of the day anyway. I always make sure that I do the time that I am scheduled to work. So yes, Monday to Thursday I do 8 AM to 5 PM, and then on a Friday I do 8 AM to 1 or 1:30 PM, so I have half a day on a Friday, which is really nice. It's a great way to start the weekend. Yeah, so this isn't crochet related, but I know some of you like these little rides with me. You get to see some of my English countryside. It is a little bit barren and a little bit bleak at the minute because we're still in winter. It's not as pretty as it is in the spring and the summer, but don't fret, I will take you on more drives in the warmer, prettier months as well, so that you can compare them. And this just lets you know what winters kind of look like here. Now, because I live in Cornwall and it literally rains 90% of the time, we are normally a very green part of the country. So in the spring and summer, when all the flowers and the trees are full of leaves and we are exactly where we need to be, it is gorgeous. But that's why when a frost takes hold, it really does take hold, because everything is always soggy. The grass is soggy, the trees are soggy. So yeah. Morning jog. She's more energetic than I. You'll never see me doing morning jogs, guys. Well, never say never, but highly unlikely. You know, I'm that type of person who jokes about being allergic to exercise because I go bright red, I get a rash, I get sweaty. That is just the symptoms of exercise, but I joke that it's an allergic reaction and that I shouldn't do it because it's bad for my health. So yes, as you can see, the sun is really quite low because it is the winter sun. It will get a bit higher in the middle of the day, but it's always lower in the sky at this time of year, which can be really hazardous because it's right in my eyeballs when I'm driving, but it's okay, it's okay. I've done it plenty of years now. We will be okay. So yes, what are you up to? Let me know. Like I said, I'm on the way to work, so it's still exciting for me because I do still look forward to going to work. I'm sure that might change as time progresses, but at the moment I am still much looking forward to getting a day done and further in my learning journey. But yeah, what's everyone's plans? What's the week ahead going to bring you? Let me know. So crochet wise, I am really struggling to get crochet time in. I'm lucky if I get an hour of an evening, which is nothing compared to what I used to get. And in my old job, I wouldn't have to work Monday to Friday. I would have a couple of days off in the week, which meant more crocheting could get done. But with this job, I do get my weekends, but then because I'm working all week, guys, I do try and, if I've got the children, if the children aren't with their dad, I do try and spend some time with them. You know, family time is really important when you work full-time. Well, it's important anyway, but especially if you work full-time and you spend a lot of your time outside of the home. So yeah, my crochet time is pretty non-existent, which makes me sad, but I am crocheting as much as I can when I can. So like I've been saying in a few videos, the crochet is getting less, but I will still endeavour to try and have things to show. Crochet will always be my first love, my passion. But I have to make sure that the family are sorted and things are easier for us a little bit financially, etc, etc. So needs must, right? Crochet's always going to be there, always. So yes, what are you thinking of the views so far? Is it pretty? Is it a bit boring? What do you think? Because I know the last journey I took you on was mostly what we call motorway and you guys call highway, but these are the small country roads today. We are not going on a highway today, thank goodness, because they stress Manfor out. And I'm sorry if that sun is so low that you're getting blinded by it occasionally, but not a lot I can do about it, folks. And I hope my phone holder isn't too wibbly wobbly as well. I always worry about that, and then when I watch these videos back, they're actually a lot more sturdy and stable than what it looks like as I'm filming. So it does a pretty good job. So yeah, it takes half an hour to get there in the morning, about half an hour to get home, but obviously you've got to factor in potential traffic jams and stuff, so it can vary slightly. But yes, we are just coming into what was my hometown growing up. This is where I lived for most of my childhood, in fact all of my childhood that I can remember. Love my hometown, has a special place in my heart, so I really don't live too far away from it, even now at nearly 37. My parents still live in my hometown. I still have 2 grandmothers that live in my hometown and my brother. Are gonna cut through town because I can navigate it much quicker to where I need to go. This is kind of like the back road in. If I was to take a right up the hill to my left, it would be small cottage hospital up there, but I don't need the hospital today, so it's all good. We're going straight over. these cars pass because the obstruction's on my side. But yes. How is online shopping affecting your local towns and villages, guys? It's absolutely crippling our little towns. Lots of little shops are shutting up. Most people are buying online now, which makes me really sad because we're actually losing a lot of our quirky, quaint little shops. Makes me sad, but of course I completely understand the convenience of online shopping. I'm guilty of it myself. We are going to be turning left. Just check that the way's clear. Yeah, nobody on the crossing, so we're all good. So yes, this is the centre of the town. It is quite tiny. I think a lot of you, if you came to visit, would be quite shocked at how tiny some of these towns and villages are. But actually Tavistock, which is my hometown, is one of the bigger towns in my near vicinity, believe it or not. We're going down this way because we are going to head up onto Dartmoor. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now, I never know what to talk about on these driving videos, guys, because I feel like an absolute lemon driving and talking to no one. I get a few drivers look at me strange, thinking, well, you haven't got a passenger, so who are you talking to? Or they think I'm singing along to the radio, I suppose, but obviously I can't have the radio on this morning because of copyright, and I'm talking to you guys. We are going to be shooting up here. Some of these roads are going to get very narrow, guys. Don't panic. We will get there safely and in one piece. I promise you. I have been driving these roads. When did I pass my test? I passed my test just after I turned 18, I believe. And like I said, I'm 37 this month. So nearly 20 years. So we're all good. You are in safe hands, I promise you. Now, I can only guarantee my driving. I can't guarantee the driving of others. So we're just going to take it nice and easy around the small little tight corners. I hope you've all got your seatbelts on. But there's not many people that get such a beautiful drive to work. You'll see in a minute when we get up onto the moors. Climbing higher and higher, guys. And because it's always colder, my nose is a little sniffly. So we were at -1 when we were leaving my house. We're now at -1.5 Celsius, so it's getting colder. mostly positive and exciting for me. So we're not even at the highest point yet, guys. We're going to climb even higher. Lots of farmland and the moors themselves. And I tell you what, in the summer, to come up here on a big expanse of wild land is beautiful for exploring and walks and picnics, and you find little streams and mini rivers to paddle your feet, and it can be a really lovely family day up in nature. Very, very lucky to live where I do, where a lot of this is just a short drive away. And as I'm getting older, I really am starting to appreciate the beauty of the area that I live in, because of course when you're younger you don't take the time to stop and look. You don't take the time to consider your surroundings, because life is go, 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 busy, 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 and it still is go, 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 and busy, busy, busy. But on this drive, it does give me the opportunity to sit back and think, man, I do live in such a gorgeous part of the world. And I'm sure a lot of us can say that about our little corners of this planet we know as Earth. But I really, really, really do love where I live. Now, that noise was what is known as a cattle grid. They are thin metal strips that go across the road with tiny gaps between the metal slats so that the road is not solid. And that is because up here on the moors we have sheep and ponies and cattle that obviously farmers own, and the farmers do not want them to wander too far away from the area of the moors that they are allowed to graze their animals. And if the animals are on the road, they cannot walk over those cattle grids because their little feet will slip between the metal bars. Shouldn't hurt them, shouldn't do them much damage, but it just kind of ensures that they kind of stay in the area they're supposed to stay in. And it is quite hazardous sometimes driving up here along the moors, because you will get a rogue sheep that just decides that it wants to cross the road. As you can see, there's one coming up that's kind of in the road and not, and he could turn and bolt across the road whenever he wants. So you do have to pay attention to what's going on. Ponies as well, and the cattle. But isn't this view gorgeous, guys? And it still is a little bit hazy and not very clear. So I will definitely do this drive with you guys again so you can really see it in its beauty. Coming up on the left, I don't know how much of it you're going to be able to see, is an old quarry where they used to mine for granite. Granite is a very, very common rock that is found here on Dartmoor. It is not an active quarry at the moment, hasn't been for many years now, but there is still the remnants of the blasts and granite that was actually pulled out of the ground. You will see a lot of stone walls up here, and that is what granite is used for as well, and they are actually protected because it takes a really skilled person to be able to build those dry stone walls, as they're called. Yeah, and it kind of cuts off boundaries of people's land and stuff. Lots of buildings are made of granite in this area. And that's pretty much all I know about the stone, guys. It's not really a topic that I've really delved into, but they mined granites for centuries. So, nearly at the highest point. Would you like to see it on a summer's day? When we get a rare summer's day here in the UK? But we're probably going to go for another 2 or 3 minutes, and then I am going to have to turn the camera off because I am getting very close to my workplace. Remember to wear some thick, warm, woolly socks. But thankfully my office is always quite warm, so it's only when I'm going out and about within the prison grounds that I get cold. See, look, that sheep just minding his own business in the road. And I don't think sheep are that intelligent either, so you do have to be a bit wary. Another cattle grid. There we go. Okay guys, so just a couple more minutes and then I will be signing off. But thank you for keeping company on my drive to work. And these are the dry stone walls that I was telling you about, the granite that they got out of that quarry. And it really is skilled work to do that. But that sun has been in your face this entire time. I do apologise. Maybe I'll do one on the way home from work as well, so that the sun's behind us. Okie dokies. Like I said, thank you once again for keeping me company. I really do appreciate the time and the love and support you give me in my channel. Without you guys, this channel wouldn't be possible. And I love you all so much for that. But I am going to be signing off as soon as I get around these tight little corners and I'm safely able to switch the camera off. So remember, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye guys, love you loads.